U.S. President Joe Biden is in Buffalo today. He's there to offer condolences as the community struggles with the grief and pain of a mass shooting. 10 people died on Saturday when a man opened fire inside a grocery store in a largely black neighborhood in Buffalo. The president and first lady left flowers at a tree within view of where the shootings took place. Biden has condemned the white supremacy and hate speech that appears to have motivated the suspected shooter.
What happened here is simple and straightforward. Terrorism. Terrorism. Domestic terrorism. Violence inflicted in the service of hate and the vicious thirst for power that defines one group of people being inherently inferior to any other group. A hate that through the media and politics, the internet, has radicalized, angry, alienated, lost, and isolated individuals into falsely believing that they will be replaced, that's the word, replaced, by the other, by people who don't look like them, and who are therefore, in a perverse ideology that they possess, and being fed lesser beings. I and all of you reject the lie. I call on all Americans to reject the lie. And I condemn those who spread the lie for power, political gain, and for profit. That's what it is.
CBC's Stephen D'Souza is part of our news team on the ground in Buffalo. He joins me now live from outside the community center where Joe Biden met relatives of the shooting victims. Now, Steve, part of the president's role, of course, is to be consoler-in-chief at times like these, but he's also under pressure to take action to try and prevent these mass shootings from happening again. So walk us through what more he had to say today.
On that first note, being the consoler-in-chief, Joe Biden has a unique ability, perhaps, that most presidents do not, because he has experienced personal tragedy in his own life, having lost his first wife as well as 2 children. And so he is known for being able to connect with people through that shared trauma. But of course, he admitted today that it's not on a level, in the same level as people here in Buffalo are experiencing after that mass shooting on Saturday. And Biden, though, was emotional at times as he spoke, as he addressed the issue that is top of mind for everyone here, which is white supremacy, as well as the racist, debunked white supremacist ideology that fueled the hatred of the alleged gunman. And so he did address that directly, and he called on all Americans. He used his speech as a rallying cry today to call on all Americans to speak out against white supremacy in their own lives. Take a listen to more of what Joe Biden had to say.
White supremacy is a poison. It's a poison running through it really is. Running through our body politic. And it's been allowed to fester and grow right in front of our eyes. No more. I mean, no more. We need to say as clearly and forcefully as we can that the ideology of white supremacy has no place in America. None.
So now, Steve, what has been the reaction of residents there to Biden's visit?
It was interesting yesterday being over at the scene at the supermarket, hearing people talk about having a president come to their neighborhood, and the president did lay flowers at the supermarket earlier. But outside here, there was a large crowd earlier gathering, and we talked to a number of different people, including one woman who was inside the store when the shooting took place. And she talked to me about the mental anguish and the emotional trauma she's still dealing with. So bigger questions of how a president can help this community just simply weren't top of mind for her. But there were others who wanted to see things like an assault weapons ban, something that the president did hint at in his speech. And others who were perhaps feeling not quite optimistic, given that Buffalo is now just the latest in a long line of American cities that have experienced such a tragedy. Take a listen to what a couple of residents told us earlier today.
No private citizen of the United States of America should be allowed to purchase assault weapons, not physically going into a gun shop or online buying those weapons where they can put together All of that should be banned, Mr. President.
I'm not optimistic at all. This is America. We've been dealing with this for 400 plus years. I'm not optimistic at all. The only way I'll be optimistic is unless we just tear everything down and start from the beginning.
Now, while some aren't optimistic like that woman, others, as they left the scene when the president left, did feel some hope that the national spotlight is here and that perhaps some change could happen, and that the president, with the president's help, perhaps they can help recover this community recover. Arthi?
Thanks for this, Steve. That is the CBC's Stephen D'Souza in Buffalo, New York.